Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Inverness Raceway. 7-dash cart on tap here this afternoon. Correct time of day showing on the board at 12:33. 1 o'clock is our post time. If you want to check your program, we'll go over the changes for this afternoon's card of racing. Over in race 1, the one Blazing K. Equipment change off with the tail tie, on the one Blazing K's. That's in the first. Over to race number 2, it's the first and the early double. Number 2, Custard's Dragon. Off with the Ludwig Cups and he goes to a closed bridle. He also adds a Pelling Pacifier. Number 4, Lofty Shadow. He scratched line. 4 Lofty Shadow, take a vote, he scratched line. Over to race number 3, field of 6, and the entries are going as programmed. Over in the 4th, equipment change on the 5, Delightful Wine. Off with Ludwig Cups and he goes to an open bridle. Over in race number 5, field of 6, it's all clear. The 5th is clear. Race 6, field of 5, that is clear. Race number 7, feature race this afternoon's card of racing. The winner's over 1,000. For $2,000, field of 6, sure game. Out of Rodney Gillis, Windermere Bestman, Danny Gillis, Betty White, and Zach Mullins. Talk some smack, Travis McLean. What's up, Doc? Pencil in the driver, Mr. Keegan Madden. And number 6 is La Playa Deo. And Andrew McLean is in the sulky. That's our winner's over. It goes for $2,000. Memorial race over in race number 4. Danny Hector, Archie Dan, and Jimmy McCachran. Memorial pace, that's over in a race number 4. Correct time of day showing on the board there. At 12:35, 1 o'clock is post time. At approximately 12:52, the trees will make their way from the paddock area on towards post parade. On parade from the lower turn are the entries here in the first condition field. Now winners 1 and 2 parimutuel races live. They go for purse 1100. On the rail, it's 2-year-old Blazing K's, a 2-year-old Big Old Bays. Owned by Keith and Lewis McDonnell, along with Route 19 Racing. Trainer driver is Lewis McDonnell. For owner breeder, trainer driver Sean McDonald. Miss Chili Pepper at a post 4 has Danny Gillis this afternoon for Timmy Gillis. The 5 IC True Grit, Travis McLean is out for Melanie Patricia LeBlanc. 6 Week Success, Walter Walker for Keegan McLean. And trainer Lennon Kaiser. And Bank and Dad, owner, trainer, driver Tim Gillis. The 2 there is Fernhill Jazz, Keegan Madden for Beverly McKinnon and Anthony Beaton. Field of 7, go postward, 4 minutes. Entries on the way back, second and final score down 2 minutes now. 2 minutes on post time. Here in the first, my selection, here the first, I went to the rail horse. He's the 2-year-old Blazing K's, by Keith and Lewis McDonnell, along with Route 19 Racing. Lewis McDonnell handles training and driving duties, making his 4th lifetime start. He's closing well in his last start. Closed from 9 lengths at the half to within 1.5 at the wire. Paced the mile at 2 minutes, 2 fast for Lewis McDonnell. He looks very comfortable here in the hours 1 and 2. For second, I went to the 4, Miss Chili Pepper. Catch driver Danny Gillis is in the sulky here this afternoon. Finished up at Bang High, 3rd in his last start. And Danny Gillis did the driving there. For 3rd, I went to the outside Sweet Success and Walter Walker, a 7-year-old Sweet Lou. I would have placed him higher, leaving 6 on the outside. It's kind of tough here at the Inverness Raceway. Might call 1, 4, and 6 here in the first. It's your last chance at the windows. Your officials for this afternoon's Cardiff Racing paddock judge is Karen Hocko. Your starter is Mr. Sean Tobin. Presiding judge, Mr. Danny Kidden, associate Gary Gardner and Danny Dowie. Thomas Burke is on photo finish. Brock McLean is on photo patrol. Carter McDonald is our timer. Tommy Baker is our charter. General manager is Megan McQuarrie. I'm your track announcer, Gordy McNeil. Entries called up to the gate. Here for the first. Entries moving on the stable turn here, the first. Condition field, amateurs 1 and 2, parimutuel races, lifetime, they go for purse. $1,100, field of 7, Blazing K's. Scoring down the rail and Lewis back to now, Ferd Hill Jazz and Keegan Madden. DC Frisco and Sean McDonald, Miss Chili Pepper, Danny Gillis, I See True Grit, Travis McLean, Sweet Success. Walter Walker in the backfield is Bank and Dad and Timmy Gillis. Field of 7 comes from the top of the lane here at the Inverness Raceway. 7- card on tap here this afternoon. It's go time for the first. Down off the gate and away, Miss Chili Pepper on the outside along with Sweet Success into that first turn now in that rail. And that is Fern Hill Jazz up toward the opening quarter down. Walter Walker has Sweet Success sent up to the front. He opens it up by 3 on the lead. Second is Fern Hill Jazz ducking in third here. That is Miss Chili Pepper, then Bank and Dad. I See True Grit at DC Frisco's problematic Blazing K's in the backfield, 29 3/5 past that opening quarter. And the $3 choice, Blazing K's. Out of this race, Sweet Success is very comfortable up front here by 4. Ferd Hill Jazz is second. Miss Chili Pepper third up in 4. Bank and Dad. Here's I See True Grit. On the outside in 5. Then DC Frisco a half a minute. And a 5th up the backside. And 3/4 up and coming now. And the 7-year-old Sweet Lou. It's Sweet Success. He's up front down the lead second. That is Fern Hill Jazz. Up here third. On the outside, heading past that 3/4. Over towards the 7H turn now. Sweet Success, 131 and 4/5. And past that 3/4. Fern Hill Jazz is second. Miss Chili Pepper is third over here on the outside. Then I See True Grit through the lanes here now. Sweet Success, the fight is for second. That's Miss Chili Pepper up for second for third. That is Fernhill Jazz. Sweet Success goes wire to wire. Judges' inquiry on the dash. Please hold all tickets till official results have been given. 203 and 2/5. Sweet Success here in the first. Judges' inquiry on the breaking horses should not affect the first four. Unofficially 6-4, 2 and 7, Sweet Success. The water, Miss Chili Pepper second, Fernhill Jazz was third, and Baked Dad finished up 4. Unofficially 6-4, 2 and 7 here in the first. Heading into the Denmark Acres Water Circle, 7-year-old big piece and gelding by Sweet Lou. At the Arch Place Mare Architecture, this horse was bred at the Big Harry Farms, LIC in Pennsylvania. Lennon McIsaac does the training. He's owned by Keegan McLean. At Inverness, Walter Walker this afternoon in the sulky. 203 2/5. It goes wire to wire. And third win on the season, win number 16 overall. In the first, number 1, Blazing K's made a break on Excel. And number 3, DC Frisco also made a break on his own. 1, Blazing K's did interfere with the 5, IC True Grit. Heading up the backside toward the opening quarter, no placements were needed. And the first is official. Blazing K's with 7, Fernhill Jazz 3. DC Frisco 6, Miss Chili Pepper was 2nd. IC True Grit 5, Sweet Success, the winner in Bacon Dad, finished out 4. 29 and 3, a minute and 1. 131 and 4, 2:03 and 2. Top the program if you're marking 736-251. Then 4 on the bottom, 1160, 360, and 360 for the winner. Sweet Success. Place entry 4, Miss Chili Pepper, $16.40 and $7. $12.60 for the show entry, Fernhill Jazz. The exact at Quebec at $20.90. There were no 6, 4, and 2 triactas. We paid off on 6, 4 all and have returned $49.80. Up and coming race number 2, equipment change on the 2, Custard's Dungeon. Off with the Hoodwood Cups, and he goes to a closed bridle. Also adds a Pelling Pacifier. Lofty Shadow, the 4 entry there in the second is Scratched Lane. Race number 3. Second in the early double, it goes as program. 125 post, 12 minutes post time for the second. Introducing the field here for the second, first and the early daily double, vanilla triacta. Win, place, and show weight ring, condition field number 601, last 5, also eligible. $5,000 claiming, they go for purse. 1,300, Route 19 Racing, the owners of the one, Zayden's Luck. And Lewis back to Alice out. James Struthers, Jr. and Sr. are the owners of the two Custards Dungeon. Mr. Zach Mullins. 3AB's Future, owner bred by G.G. Stone and Max Stable. Rodney Gillis for conditioner. Bernie McDonald. 4 is out to 5 is J.G.'s Fireball. Owner trained by Gussie McLean. Travis McLean is in the sulky, rounding out the field number 6, Lion Swift, owned by J.J. McDonald. Lanning Hanscombe trains Mr. Walter Walker between the wheels. Field of 5 here in the second, first and the early double. It goes to post 6 minutes. Entries on the way back, second and final score down to 4 minutes now, 4 to go. Favorite on the board at present time, that's the two Custards Dungeon and Zach Mullins. My selection here in the second, I went to this one horse, Zayden's Luck, an 8-year-old by Sir Luck, owned by Route 19 Racing, a 2-time winner this year. 2 minutes here at the Inverness Raceway. Lewis McDonnell handles the training and driving duties. Very competitive in this $5,000 claiming race. Zayden's Luck. For second, I went to the two Custards Dungeon. He's the public's choice at $2.50, a 4-time winner. This year, he's paced in 58 3/5 here at the Inverness Raceway. Zach Mullins is in the sulky for James Struthers, Jr. and Sr. And for third, AB's Future, 12-year-old, driven to win stud, owned and bred by G.G. Stone and Max Stable. Yet a Port Hood, Bernie McDonald does the training. Mr. Rodney Gillis in the sulky. 1, 2, and 3, my selection here in the second, the first end of the early daily double. Good luck with yours. Down to 2 minutes now, 2 to go. Entries called to the gate. The entries for the second in the hands of your starter. Entries moving on the stable turn here in the second condition field. Diameter 601, last 5, also eligible. $5,000 claiming in the field of 5. There's 4 $5,000 claimers, 1 condition entry, that being Lion Swift, 2-time winner this year. From the rail, Zayden's Luck and Lewis back to now, Custard's Dungeon. Zach Mullins, AB's Future, Rodney Gillis. JG's Fireball, Travis McLean, Lion Swift, Walter Walker, field of 5. On gate here for the second, down off the gate, no way, and Zayden's Luck. Heads out for the JG's Fireball, pops in that 2-hole, keeping on going here, third on the outside. That is Lion Swift. Getting up here in 4, Custard's Dungeon in the backfield. It's AB's Future. We're stretched out single file, passing the opening quarter down. And the 8-year-old Sir Luck, Zayden's Luck, in rain the Lewis back canal. He's up front by 2 after an opening quarter of 29 2/5. Driving second, it's the 7-year-old mare. JG's Fireball, third, a Lion Swift. Heading toward the half-mile, Custard's Dungeon comes to the outside, 4 in the backfield. It's AB's Future. We're driving up towards that 5/8 turn, and Zayden's Luck is very comfortable. Up front down the lead, JG's Fireball, Lion Swift, and Custard's Dungeon and AB's Future. 59 3/5 by the half mile, 3/4 up and coming, and Zayden's Luck still in control of the field. Here's JG's Fireball. Second on the outside, Custard's Dungeon is third. Then up in 4, Lion Swift. AB's Future is coming. Over towards the 7/8 turn, 130 and 1/5, past 3/4. Zayden's Luck is going to bring them all home. JG's Fireball is second there on the outside. Custard's Dungeon is third in at the rail. And AB's Future is also coming. We're racing through the lane here. Zayden's Luck. Here's Custard's Dungeon to take a run down at the mile. Very close at the wire between Zayden's Luck and Custard's Dungeon. The judges have called for a win photo, 2 minutes, 3/5. Photo here in the second. Zayden's Luck did hang on in a very close photo. Zayden's Luck, the winner. Custer's Dungeon second. AB's Future third. JG's Fireball finished up 4. Unofficially 1, 2, 3, and 5 here in the second. And again to the Denmark Acres, Winter Circle Lateral, just a piece of gelding by Sir Luck. And the strong plan mare, Bailey Amanda Ross Hitchkins out of Westbrook, Ontario, did the breeding. Zayden's Luck is owned by Route 19 Racing. He had a long point. Lewis back it out, trains and drives. He goes wide to wire. 2 minutes, 3 fifths, third win on the season. Win number 11 overall. And the winner's enclosure. Here's 8-year-old Zayden's Luck. And the second official, Zayden's Luck, the winner. Custer's Dungeon second. AB's Future third. Lofty Shadow scratched. JG's Fireball 4. Lion Swift was 5. 29 and 2, 59 and 3, 130 and 1, 2 minutes, 3 fifths. Top the program, 1, 2, 3. Scratched 4, 5. Two minutes, 3 fifths. Zayden's Luck. Third win on the season, 5, 22, 10, 2, 10. Custer's Dungeon, 220, 210. AB's Future, $3.10. 1, 2, 3, try. It came back $18.10. 1, 2, Quinella, $6. Up and coming in the third, condition field, diameters 301. Field of 6 and the entries going as programmed. Over in race number 4, it's the Danny, Hector, Archie, Dan, and Jimmy McCachran. Memorial pace, field of 7, equipment change on the 5, Delightful Wine. Off of the Woodward Cups, and he goes to an open bridle. That's in the 4th, the Danny, Hector, Archie, Dan, and Jimmy McCachran. Memorial pace. Your approximate daily double odds. JJ Scarlett is 37, 0 stress, no rub is 53. Straight Shine is $15.15. JJ's Night's Image is $23.23. Makes Me Stupid, $42.42. out of Rankinville, Seamus is the long shot at $128. 128. The entries for the third, moving down the backside on towards Post Parade. On parade from the lower turn there, the entries here in the third. Classification numbers 301 last 5, they go for purse. $1,150 exact to triac to win place and show wagering. Beverly McKinnon shares ownership with the trainer Anthony beating the 1 JJ Scarlett, and Keegan Madden is out. 2-0 Stress Nora, only trained by Melanie, Patricia LeBlanc, Monica Sutherland. Next, JJ's Knight's Image, only trained by Eileen beating Zach Mullins drives. 5 Makes Me Stupid, by Max Webster Stable, and trainer Mary Corey. Rodney Gillis is in the sulky. 6 on the inside, it's Rankinville Seamus, a 7-year-old vintage master. All trained and driven by Sandy McNeil. And the last on Post Parade is the 5-year-old Malicious Straight Shine. Paul Cormier shares ownership with the trainer driver Evan Wilson. 3. Here's Straight Shine. Fill a 6 here in the third. I went price shopping here in the third. I went to the outside entry, Rankinville Seamus, a 7-year-old vintage master. All trained and driven by Sandy McNeil at a Maboo. Non-winner this year, a non-winner last year, but very competitive in this field. He drops down in class here this afternoon. Rankinville Seamus looking for his first win in a couple of seasons. Sandy McNeil in the sulky, he's at $24.40 showing on the board. For second, I went to the 4, JJ's Knight's Image. Zach Mullins does the driving for owner trainer Eileen Beaton at a Port Hood. JJ's Knight's Image going in front of us here now, does his best racing when he gets up on and near the lead. He's a 3-time winner this year, paced the Inverness Oval in a 1:59 2/5. Zach Mullins in the sulky. I'll pencil him in for second. For third, I went to the 2. 0 Stress Nora, 10-year-old mare, non-winner this season. And Monica Sutherland. For owner trainer Melanie Patricia LeBlanc. 6, 4, and 2. My selection here in the third. 2 minutes, post 2 to go. Favorite on the board at the present time is the rail entry, JJ Scarlett. A non-winner this season, Keegan Madden does the driving for Beverly McKinnon. And order trainer Anthony Beaton. And J.J. Scarlett, 6-year-old Big O'Kay's mare. It's at $5.30. The longest shot on the board at 67.20. That belongs to the 2-0 Stress Nora and Monica Sutherland. Entries called up to the gate here for the third. The entries for the third in the hands of your starter. Favorite on the board as we go to post. There's 4 of them very close in value. $5.60 on the one, J.J. Scarlett. J.J.'s Knight's Image makes me stupid, and Rankinville Seamus right around the 750 range. Field of 6, moving on the stable turn here in third. Condition field downwaters, 301 last 5. They go for 1150. J.J. Scarlett and Keegan Madden. 0 Stress Nora, Monica Sutherland. Straight Shine. Evan Wilson. J.J. Knight's Image. Zach Mullins. Makes Me Stupid. Rodney Gillis. Rankinville Seamus. Sandy McNeil. Field of 6 comes to the top of the lane here at the Inverness Raceway on Sunday afternoon. And they're off on racing, and J.J. Scarlett heads up full lead second. That is 0 Stress Nora. Up here third, Straight Shine in that thrill, 4 on the outside. That is J.J.'s Knight's Image. Rankinville Seamus continues on the outside in 5, 6. That is Makes Me Stupid. Heading past the opening quarter now, and 6-year-old Big O'Kay's mare, J.J. Scarlett. Up front on the lead there for Keegan Madden, past that opening quarter in 31-1. 0 Stress Nora and Monica Sutherland is second. Sandy McNeil is hooked out to dry here, with Rankinville Seamus third in the outside, in 4 at the rail. That is Straight Shine. He's the favorite on the daily doubles at $15. Makes Me Stupid drives the second over, cover in the backfield. That is J.J.'s Knight's Image. On towards the 5/8 turn, and J.J. Scarlett after a half. 102 and 4 is up front on the lead, driving second. In that thrill, that is 0 Stress Nora. Here's Straight Shine and Evan Wilson. Out here third in the outside, J.J.'s Knight's Image, and nowhere's to go there. And Makes Me Stupid. Passing that 3/4, J.J. Scarlett, looking for her first win on the season, is up front by a length and a half. 134 and 1/5. Past that 3/4 off the top turn, the drive-through lanes here now. J.J. Scarlett's got to bring them all home. 0 Stress Nora is second. Out here third in the outside. That is Makes Me Stupid. J.J. Scarlett Makes Me Stupid in that thrill third. That is 0 Stress Nora. Wire to wire. J.J. Scarlett and Keegan Madden, 204 and 3. Unofficially 1-5, 2 and 3, JJ Scarlett. First win on the season, 2-4 and 3/5. For Anthony Beaton and Beverly McKinnon, Keegan Madden in the sulky. Makes Me Stupid, Rodney Gillis with second, Zero Stress Nora, Monica Sutherland third. Street Shine, Evan Wilson finished up 4, 1-5, 2 and 3. Unofficially showing on the board. In the Denmark Acres winner's circle, six-year-old Bebe Shamir by the Big Old K's at the image of down mare JJ handed down. Jamie McKinley and a Prince Edward Island was the breeder. Beverly McKinnon shares ownership with the trainer. Anthony Beaton, Keegan Madden in the sulky. First win on the season, 2-0-4 and 3/5. JJ Scarlett. Here in the third across the board, 650, 15, 40, and 550. Makes Me Stupid, 580 and 250. Zero Stress Nora, $3.10. 152 try, $255.10. $255.10. Your triac combination here in the third. Exact combination was 1 and 5, and a 1-5 exacta came back. We'll get it momentarily. The double was 11. It paid $37.80. $37.80. The exacta 1 and 5, $13.10. $13.10. Happy birthday wishes go this afternoon to Kate McLean of MJ Ray. She's celebrating a birthday here with us this afternoon. Happy birthday, Kate. Up and coming in race number 4, equipment change on the 5, Delightful Wine. Off with the Hoodwood Cup, City goes to an open bridle. That is the Danny Hector, Archie Dan, and Jimmy McCachran. Memorial Pace up and coming here in the 4th. If you just arrived, we'll go over the changes for the remainder of the program. There's nothing in our race number 5, nothing in race number 6. Over to race number 7, our feature, What's Up, Doc? Your driver is last race's winner, Keegan Madden. Keegan Madden up to do the driving on the 5, What's Up, Doc? That's in the winners over our feature. That goes in race number 7. Our 50-50 on sale in the pari-mutuel area will draw upon completion of race number 6 on this afternoon's program. 50-50, it's on sale in the pari-mutuel. On parade from the lower turn entries here in the fourth, non-winner 601. Last five also eligible, $5,000 claiming. They go for first 1,300. Quinella, Triac to win place and show wagering. Gigi Jamunji scoring on the rail, a 5-year-old mare. Owned, bred, and trained by Gussie McLean. Travis McLean is in the sulky. Up here, post position 2, it's Free Proof, owned by Route 19 Racing. Lewis McDonnell trains and drives. Eastward Old Fun at a post 3. Bred by John Lester McDonnell, G.G. Stone, and Mac Stable are the owners. Danny Gillis in the sulky. For Dirty Bobby has Zach Mullins this afternoon for Andy Stewart and Redmond Doucette, along with trainer Lennon McIsaac. The 5 Delightful Wine, owner trained by Madison Poirier, Andrew McLean up. The 6 Cruising Again, Must Be Noon Somewhere Stable are the owners of the 6 Cruising Again. The effort beaten trains. Rodney Gillis drives. And in the backfield, it's Whistler. Owner, trainer, driver Sandy McNeil is in the sulky. This is the Danny Hector, Archie Dan, and Jimmy McCachran Memorial Pace. Favorite on the board at the present time at $3.40. That's the 5-year-old Penn Sway Dirty Bobby. Zach Mullins gets the call here this afternoon, a one-time winner this season in 201 and 2/5 here at the Inverness Raceway. My selection here in race number 4, I went to the rail entry. JG's Jumanji, a 5-year-old hilarious Halo mare. 3-time winner this season, 58 and 4/5. He's at $21.20. Travis McLean is in the sulky. Now for second, I went to the 3 Eastward Old Fun, a 9-year-old by Westward Old Hanover. A 5-time winner this season, Danny Gillis is in the sulky. And for third, I went to the 2 Free Proof, an 11-year-old classic card shark. In a rain to Lewis McDonnell for Route 19 Racing. My call was 1-3-2, 1-3-2. Looking in post parade, that's 6 Cruising Again. Looks very sharp out there on the raceway for Rodney Gillis. It must be noon somewhere stable. They had a little judge. The effort beaten does the training. On this 6-year-old by Yankee Cruiser. Favorite on the board, $4.20. It's Dirty Bobby. The entries are completing their second and final score down to 2 minutes now, 2 to go. Entries here in the fourth in the Denny, Hector, Archie Dan, and Jimmy McCackran Memorial Pace have been called up to the gate. The entries are now in the hands of your starter. Still the favorite on the board at $4.90 is Duty Bobby. I went with the one horse, JG's Jumanji. And Travis McLean looking for win number 4 on the season. Condition field, number 601, also eligible, $5,000 claiming, field of 7. GG's Jumanji and Travis McLean, free proof. Lewis McDonnell, Eastward Old Fun. Danny Gillis, Dirty Bobby. Zach Mullins, catch drives this afternoon. Delightful Wine. Andrew McLean, cruising again. Rodney Gillis, Whistlers in backfield, and Sandy McNeil. Danny Hector, Archie Dan, Jimmy McCackran. Memorial Pace, field of 7 comes through the lanes. Here at the Inverness Raceway, it's post time for the 4th. Down off of the gate and away, and GG's Jumanji. Heads up full lead, free proof is second up here, third on the outside. That is the favorite, Dirty Bobby. GG's Jumanji in at the rail with the lead, Dirty Bobby. Second on the outside, free proof is third, driving up here in 3. Yet a 4 rather, that is Eastward Old Fun. And a gap of 10 lengths back to Cruise it again. Delightful Wine, then Whistler. 29 3/5 past the opening station, Dirty Bobby. He's up front on the lead. JG's Jumanji boldly out here, second on the outside. He tucks back in now. To the half-mile, Dirty Bobby. JG's Jumanji, free proof. And Eastward Old Fun, then a big gap. To Cruise again, Delightful Wine, then Whistler. 59 1/5 past the half-mile, Dirty Bobby. He's up front. JG's Jumanji is second, free proof is third. And up in 4, it's Eastward Old Fun. Cruising again is getting closer up here, 5th. 3/4 up and coming now, and JG's Jumanji. Heads on the outside to take over the lead. Eastward Old Fun on the far outside is stepping it up here towards the 7/8 of Danny Gillis. And Eastward Old Fun take over the lead from JG's Jumanji, 1:30 2/5. On the far outside, Cruising again is going to be coming. We're racing through the lanes. Eastward Old Fun brings them on home. The fight here for second on the far outside. That is Cruising again. Up here third, it's JG's Jumanji. Eastward Old Fun and Danny Gillis. 2 minutes, 3/5 and capturing the Danny Hector, Archie Dan, and Jimmy McCackran Memorial Pace. Today we're here to remember the three McCachran brothers, Archie, Dan, Danny, Hector, and Jimmy. All three brothers were members of Branch 138, Royal Canadian Legion in Inverness, and served in World War II. They were involved in different aspects of racing industry, from a groom, trainer, to owner, and even judges. The family would like to present a cooler to the winner. Here in the fourth, Danny, Hector, Archie, Dan, and Jimmy McCachran Memorial Pace, the winner of the three Squirtle Fun. Danny Gillis for the G.G. Stone and Back Stable in Port Hood. There is a judge's inquiry on the dash. Judge's inquiry on the dash. Please hold all tickets till official results have been given. Coming back, a winner in the Danny, Hector, Archie, Dan, and Jimmy McCachran Memorial Pace is the 9-year-old brown pacing gelding by Westport, Hanover. And the matter of Money Bear, the fun in a green matter. This horse was bred by John Lester McDonnell at a Port Hood, owned by the G.G. Stone and Mac Stable. At a Port Hood, Bernie McDonald does the conditioning. Mr. Danny Gillis in the sulky, making a 3-wide move, heading past that 3/4 in the winner's circle, 2 minutes and 2/5. Here is 9-year-old Eastward Fun. 3 all, and the fourth official, JG's Jumanji. Finished third, Free Proof was 5, Eastward Old Fun, the winner, Dirt Bobby was 4. Delightful Wine, 6, Cruising Again, second, and Whistler was 7. 29 and 3, 59 and 1, 130 and 2, 2 minutes, 3 fifths. Top of the program, 3, 5, 1, 4, 6, 2, then 7 on the bottom. Number 7, Whistler, made a break going into the first turn, causing an interference break on the 5, Delightful Wine, and interference on the 6, Cruising Again. No placements needed. 7-10, 430, and 210 for the winner. Eastward Old Fun. Cruising Again. Finished second, no place tickets, $4.90 to show. The show entry, JG's Jumanji, $2.10. Exacta 3 and 6, $86.50. Quinella combination, 3 and 6 or 6 and 3, a good one. $86.50. There were no 3-6-1 triactas. We paid off on 3 all. That's why it was $9.50. Up and coming. It's race number 5. Condition field diameters 801, $7,000 claiming for $1,500. Field of 6 in the entries are going as programmed. Entries moving down the backside on towards Post Parade here in the 5th. Doing the Post Parade here in the 5th, Elliott Smith, a grade 5 student at Inverness Academy, is going to do our Post Parade here for the 5th.
Horses on track for post parade here in the 5th. Conditioning field number is 801 last 5. They go for a purse of $1,500. On the rail, that's Selfield Sandy, owned by the Route 19 Racing at a Long Point. Lewis McDonnell does the training and driving. The 2, Highway of Heroes, owned by James McGinnis and Walter Walker. Walter Walker trains and drives. The 3, Fear the Shadow, owned by the Irish Road Stable out of Port Hood. Brian McGinnis trains with Campbell McIsaac in the sulky. The 4, MJ Ray, owned by Roger McLean, trained and driven by Andrew McLean. The 5, Yacht Sealster, owned by Cole Mullins, Angus McCrory, Will Basker, and James Struthers. Zach Mullins trains and drives. And the 6, Damn Lucky, owned by Dion Gillis out of Strathorn. Ambrose Gillis trains and drives. Here in the 5th, I'm going to go with the 1, Selfield Sandy, 6-time winner. Paced his last mile 57-4. Then I'm going to go with the 5, Yacht Sealster, owned by Cole Mullins, Angus McCrory, Will Basker, and James Struthers. Zach Mullins trains and drives, coming over $452,000 in earnings. Then I'm going to go with the 3, Fear the Shadow, owned by the Irish Road Stable, Campbell McIsaac in the sulky. He's a 5-time winner with $143,000 in earnings. Good luck with your picks.
Good job there, Elliot. We're down to 4 minutes now. 4 minutes post time. Here for the 5th. Our 50-50, it's on sale. In the parimutuel area, will draw upon completion of race number 6. Once again, a happy birthday wishes going out. Kate McLean celebrating a birthday this afternoon. Kate McLean, associated with MJ Ray. Good luck up and coming here in the 5th. Elliot gave his selection 1, 5, and 3, 1, 5, and 3. I went to the rail horse also, Sophia Sandy, a 9-year-old by Western Paradise, a 6-time winner. He is the favorite at $3 showing on the board. A 27-time winner overall. Lewis McDonnell is in the sulky, very sharp as of late, going away. 157 4/5 in his last start. Wire to wire, cruising right off the front. No reason why Sophia Sandy doesn't get off the front in this field, and should be able to handle it. Sophia Sandy at $3.30, looking for 3 in a row. For second, I went to the 2-horse Highway of Heroes. He's a 2-time winner. He's owned by James McGinnis and the driver Walter Walker. 6-time winner overall, a 3-year-old by Courtly Choice. And for third, I went to the 5-horse Yacht Sealster. Zach Mullins drives for Cole Mullins, Angus McCrory, Bill Basker, and James Struthers. 1, 2, and 5, my selection here in the 5th. Our next card of racing here at the Inverness Raceway goes to post next Sunday afternoon. 1 o'clock is our post time. 1 o'clock post time. On the 19th and our final day of racing here at the Inverness Raceway. It's on the 26th of October. 1 o'clock are the post times on Sunday afternoon. It's your last chance at the windows. The entries have been called. Ticket. Entries for the 5th in the hands of your starter, Mr. Sean Toba. Entries moving towards the top of the stretch here in the 5th condition field, numbers 801. Last 5 also eligible, $7,000 claiming. Sofield Sandy and Lewis back that out at $3.40. Highway of Heroes, Walter Walker, Fear the Shadow, Campbell McIsaac. MJ Ray, Andrew McLean, out Silster, Zach Mullins, Damn Lucky. Ambrose Gillis. Field of 6 all on gate. Down off of the gate in advance. Field Sandy. Heads out for the lead. They're going to drop down a program order up front on the lead. Field Sandy, second. Highway of Heroes up here third. Fear the Shadow. Then a gap of 3 to MJ Ray up Silster. Damn Lucky in the backfield. Stretched out single file. Your pace setter is the 9-year-old Western Paradise, Sofield Sandy. 6-time winner this season, past that opening quarter in 30-4. Sofield Sandy, Highway of Heroes, Fear the Shadow. MJ Ray. First to move to the outside, that is Yacht Silster and Zach Mullins from the 5-hole. Damn Lucky, he's going to follow him. On toward the half, Sofield Sandy is pacing strong. Up front, Highway of Heroes is pacing nicely there in the 2-hole. He's urged to go on there towards the 5/8. The half 101 and 2. Sofield Sandy starts to stretch it out a bit. He opens it up by 4. Highway of Heroes get rough and makes a break. He's back pacing there now. Fear the Shadow quickly jumped out. He went to the outside. But Highway of Heroes is coming back on there at the rail. Stable turn, second and final time. Sofield Sandy. 3 in a row. And Lewis back that alley's up front by 5, 130. And 2/5. Sofield Sandy brings them on home. Highway of Heroes is up here second. Then Fear the Shadow. It's Sofield Sandy by 7. Highway of Heroes is second. Fear the Shadow is third. Judges Inquiry on the dash, heading towards that 3/4. They're checking out the break on the 2. Highway of Heroes. 159 and 3/5. Wire to wire, Sofield Sandy here on the 5th. as pertaining to the inquiry, no violations. Here in the fifth, no violations. Here in the fifth. Heading into the Denmark Acres Winter Circle 9-year-old baby skilling by Western Paradise at the Canlock mare, Frangelica. His horse was bred at the Woodmere Farms in Marshfield. Prince Edward Island. Route 19 racing at a long point. Pick up their second winner on the afternoon. Earlier on with Zayden's Luck. Lewis McDonnell. Second training driving win, 1 to 59 and 3/5, wire to wire, 3 in a row. Soapfield Sanday here on the fifth. And the fifth official, Soapfield Sandy, the Water Highway of Heroes, was second. Fear the Shadow third. MJ Ray finished 5. Yacht Sealster 4, and Damn Lucky finished up 6. 30 and 4, 101 and 2, 130 and 2, 159 and 3. Top the program 1, 2, 3, 5, 4, 6. 159 and 3/5, Soapfield Sandy, 3 in a row, win number 28 overall. 360, 230, 210 for the place entry, Highway of Heroes. 270, 370, $3.30 for Fear the Shadow. 1, 2, and 3 try, $16 even, $16 even. 1, 2 exact to $4.80 up and coming. It's race number 6. First time the late double it goes as programmed in the 7th. Winners over 2,000 Keegan Madden on the 5. What's up, Doc? Still time to get a 50-50. We're at 1,062. 1,062 will draw upon completion of the 6th. Parade from the lower turn entries here in the 7th. What a sure gain, a 7-year-old Blue Burner. Outer trained by DF for beaten Rodney Gillis out. 2 Windermere Best Man. Oh, I'm sorry. Race number 6, I got Socks, Rodney Gillis, Renita Gillis, DF beaten. 2 Woodmere Heather is Travis McLean for Alana Peterson. And Melanie Patricia LeBlanc, 3. Windermere Don't Matter, owned by Malcolm McCacken, Alex Sutherland. Campbell McKinsey got Eastward Fun, owned by Todd and Monica Sutherland up. And from 5, it's Big Engine, a 10-year-old test flight. Owned, trained, and driven by Mr. Evan Wilson. Field of 5 here in the 6th condition field, not winners of 1,001 last 5. Also eligible, $9,000 claiming. My selection in the 6th. I went to the rail entry. I got Socks, a 5-year-old by Lambretta. Anita Gillis shares ownership with her brother DF Beaton. Rodney Gillis is in the sulky. He's a 7-time winner this season, 58 2/5, his best here at the Inverness Raceway. He's the public's choice at $2.40 as we're down to 3 minutes on post time. For second, I went to the 4. East Coast Invader. Usually races are feature races. He's dropping down. Owned and bred by Todd Sutherland. Owned, trained, and driven by Monica Sutherland. A 2-time winner this season, 58 2/5. A 26-time winner. Overall, East Coast Invader. And for third, I went to the 3, Windermere Don't Matter. 1-time winner this season at 59 2/5. Malcolm McCacken and Alex Sutherland Jr., the trainer, they share ownership. Mr. Campbell McIsaac is in the sulky. 1, 4, and 3. My selection here in the 6th. It's the first end of the Lake Daily Double. Still chance to get a 50-50. We're at 1,062. The Inverness 50-50. It's the best in the Maritimes. The entries for the sixth. In the hands of your starter. Favorite on the board as we go to post at $3.20. It's the 7-time winner this season. I Got Socks for Anita Gillis, and yeah, for beating Rodney Gillis. In the sulky, he's leading on the rail. Longest shot on the board, that's the 5 Big Engine, Evan Wilson. Entries, top of the stretch here in the 6th condition field with $9,000 claiming I Got Socks. Out of Rodney Gillis, Windermere, Heather Ann. Travis McLean, Windermere Don't Matter, Campbell McIsaac, East Coast Invader, Monica Sutherland, Big Engine, Evan Wilson. Field of 5, all on gate. Through the stretch. Down off the gate and away, and Windermere Don't Matter on the outside in at the rail. I Got Socks, and I Got Socks up front on the lead. Windermere Don't Matter. He's going to tuck in that 2-hole. Big Engine's going to pop in the 3-hole. And up at 4, Woodmere, Heather M in the backfield. It's East Coast Invader. Up front down the lead there, I Got Socks and a Rodney Gillis. Passing the opening quarter, Windermere Don't Matter. He's driving second. Third is Big Engine. Yet at 4 would be Heather M in the backfield. It's East Coast Invader, 29 3/5. Past that opening station. Up front on the lead, I Got Socks. Second, that is Windermere Don't Matter. Big Engine is third, the first. Up here on the outside, that is Woodmere, Heather M. East Coast Invader will be following him. On towards the 5/8 turn, I Got Socks in complete control of this field. 1 minute, 2 fifths, 5.5 miles second. That's Windermere Don't Matter. At third in at the rail, it's Big Engine. 4 on the outside, Woodmere, Heather M. East Coast Invader, he's driving the second overcover. He's thinking about going 3 deep. Passing that 3/4, I Got Socks, Windermere Don't Matter, Woodmere, Heather M, Big Engine. And East Coast Invader, all towards that 7/8 turn now. 1:30, 1:1, past 3/4. I Got Socks is going to bring them on home. Windermere Don't Matter is popping at the 2-hole. Woodmere, Heather M is third. East Coast Invader is coming on the far outside. I Got Socks, Windermere Don't Matter. And then Woodmere, Heather M. I Got Socks goes wire to wire for Rodney Gillis. 2 minutes, 2 fifths. Unofficially, 1, 3, 5, and 2. I Got Socks, the winner. Windermere Don't Matter, second. Woodmere, Heather M was third. Big Engine finished up 4. Marcy and Trish are up there with our 50-50. They're going to get the winning driver, Rodney Gillis, to pick out the winner of the 50-50. We'll have that name for you momentarily. Coming back, an 8-time winner heading into the Denmark Acres Winner's Circle. 5-year-old pacing stud by Lambretta and the Western Hanover mare Reimburse. Anita Gillis out of Judic shares ownership with the trainer DF beating Mr. Rodney Gillis in the sulky. 8th win on the season. 2 minutes, 2/5, wire to wire. Here's the 5-year-old. I Got Socks. And the 6th official, I Got Socks. The winner, Woodmere Heather M, was 3. Windermere Don't Matter was 2nd. It's Coast Invader 5 and Big Engine 4. 29 and 3, a minute and 2, 1:30, 1:01. 2 minutes, 2/5, top of the program, 1:3.25, then 4 on the bottom. I Got Socks, the winner, $3, $2.20, $2.10. The place 3, Windermere Don't Matter, $2.90, $2.10. No shows on 2. Woodmere Heather M, 1-3, Quinella. It came back $6.30. Track combination. It was 1-3-2 and a 1-3-2 track combination. It returned to triactive backers here in a race number 6. $45.80, $45.80. Winner of our 50-50 here at the Inverness Raceway, Johnny Snag. Johnny Snag, you're the winner of our 50-50, $1,235. Congratulations. Approximate daily double odds in the 7th. Sure game, $10. Windermere Best Man, $7. Betty White, $28. Talk Some Smack, $16. What's Up, Doc? $57. La Playa Deo, $28. Our next card of racing here at the Inverness Raceway goes to post next Sunday afternoon. 1 o'clock. 1 o'clock is our post time. Entries for the 7th. Moving down the backside on towards Post Parade. On parade from the lower turn there, the entries here in the 7th, the winner's over 1,000. They go for first $2,000, exact track to win place in show wagering. Sure Game, 7-year-old Blue Burner on the rail, owned and trained by the ever-beaten Mr. Rodney Gillis, is in the sulky. Windermere Best Man, a 7-year-old Malicious from Post 2, Beverly Isaac shares ownership with the trainer-driver Danny Gillis. The 2 is Windermere Best Man. Betty White at a Post 3. The 4-year-old by Art, the Blue Chip, owned by Darlene and Brock McClellan, Zach Mullins out. Talks and Smack has Travis McLean for Kevin McDonald. The 5 What's Up Doc. Keegan Madden gets the call this afternoon for owner, breeder, trainer John McClellan. Rounding out the field, it's La Playa Deo, a 6-year-old Sunshine Beach. Owned and trained by Madison Poirier. Mr. Andrew McLean in the sulky. Field of 6 here and the winner's over. $2,000. Johnny Snag, the winner of our 50-50 here at the Inverness Raceway. Entries on the way back, second final score. Favorite showing on the board, the Public's Choice. At $3, that's the 2. Windermere Best Man and Danny Gillis. $3.20, the Public's Choice, Windermere Best Man. My selection, here in the 7th, I went to the rail entry. Sure Gain, a 7-year-old Blue Burner, a one-time winner this season at 59 3/5. Here at the Inverness Raceway, he draws in at the rail here for owner-trainer, the effort beaten. He just had a win there with I Got Socks in the first end of the late double. Rodney Gillis was in the sulky for Anita Gillis, and the effort beaten. He comes right back. Here in the 7th, I'm going to go with Sure Gain to pick up win number 20, Lifetime. For second, I went to the 2 Windermere Best Man. Did no wrongs. It's being acquired by Danny Gillis and co-owner Beverly Isaac at a Fairview, Prince Edward Island. 7-time winner here at the Inverness Raceway. His best being in 57 3/5. And third, I went to the 3 Betty White, the 6-time winner herself. And the mare, she is the lone mare in this field, Betty White. Six-time winner this season, 57 4/5. 1, 2, and 3, my selection here in the 7th. Entries called to the gate. Gates in motion. Now the entries for the 7th winners over. In the hands of your starter. Entries here in the winners over 1,000 last 5. They go for first $2,000 sure game. At a Rodney Gillis on the rail, Windermere best man, Danny Gillis. Betty White and Zach Mullins talk some smack. Travis McLean, what's up, Doc? Keegan Madden, La Playa Deo. And Andrew McLean. Field of 6 comes to the top of the lane for the go-home pace. Here at the Inverness Raceway on Sunday afternoon, down off the gate away in Windermere best man. Heads out looking for the lead in at the rail. And that is sure game into the turn, Windermere best man. Heads up front down the lead, sure gain is popped in the 2-hole. He'll be right there, head to helmet, sack head. Driving third, that is Betty White. Talk some smack is up in 4. What's up, Doc? Is 5 in the white field. That is La Playa Deo. Stretched out single file, passing the stable turn. First time, Windermere best man up front for Danny Gillis, past that opening quarter of 29 3/5. Second, that is sure game. In third, that thrill, that is Betty White. Out here on the outside, it's Talk Some Smack. On toward the half mile now, Windermere best man gets his first challenger up here on the outside and Talk Some Smack. And Travis McLean, sure game. He's driving third at the rail up here, 4 on the outside. It's What's Up, Doc. Betty White in 5 at the rail. La Playa Deo is 6. Minute 1. Past the half mile up the backside, the 3/4 up and coming. Windermere best man from the lead. Sure game. Drives second. Can not get out of there. Third on the outside, it's Talk Some Smack. Going in the middle here, that is La Playa Deo. On the far outside, that's What's Up, Doc. And Betty White, the gray, is 6th at the rail. Windermere best man that could have bring him on home. Talk Some Smack. He's hanging in there. Sure game, nowhere to go. through lanes. Windermere best man, but talk some smack. He's been on the outside the entire mile, up for the win. Windermere best man is second. Then Sure Game escapes out for third. 2 minutes, 1/5. Talk some smack here on the winner's over. Unofficially 4-2. 1-6. 4-2, 1-6. Talk some smack. The winner for Travis McLean. Windermere best man. Danny Gillis was second. Sure Gain Rodney Gillis third. Play a Dale at Angel McLean. Finished up 4. Dead heat for 5th. That was between Betty White and What's Up Doc. Everybody picks up a check here and the winner's over. Heading into the Denmark Acres Winter Circle, 6-year-old baby single by Archbake at the Estrellas Mare Astriana. Honored trained by Kevin McDonald at a Port Hood. This horse was bred by Joanne Colville, Nancy McNiven, and a Robbie Maratmo out of Ontario. Hooked out at 3/4 of the mile. Very tough sledding. 8th win on the season. 2 minutes, 1/5. A 6-year-old talk some smack. Seventh official. Sure game was 3, Windermere Best Man, second, Betty White. Did heat for fifth. Talk some smack, the winner. What's up, Doc? Did heat for fifth. Play a deal was 4, 29 and 3, minute 1. 129 and 4, 2 minutes, 1 fifth. Top the program 3-2. Dead heat for 5, 1. Dead heat for 5. 4 on the bottom. Across the board, 1280, 350, 230. The place to 2. Windermere Best Man, $4, 210. The show sure game, $2.10. The exact at $39.40, $39.40. Tracked at $76.30, $76.30. Daily double come back $16.40. That's a wrap for this afternoon here at the Inverness Raceway. 2 cards.